And Will Kane informed me of the news flash that DeMarcus Boogie Cousins could end up being a New York Knicks on a one-year deal. As if I wasn't sick enough. I don't give a damn about no Boogie Cousins in New York. The hell is that going to do for me? I'd have a better time passing gas and lowering my bloated belly rather than watching Boogie Cousins in a Knicks uniform. The hell is that going to do for me? Now, in fairness to Boogie Cousins, a couple of things. In the interest of full disclosure, he and I don't like each other one bit. He don't like me at all, and the feeling's mutual. We ain't never spoke in life, and we never will, in all likelihood. But I'm still not going to disrespect this man. When healthy, he can play. When healthy, he averages 28 and 12. When healthy, he's worth $150 million, which is what he's practically been cost since he tore his ACL. Or his Achilles, I apologize. It's a miracle that he came back from it as soon as he did. Came back January 18th. Everybody was telling me he wouldn't be back before April. Boogie Cousins can play. And despite our obvious distaste for one another, let me be fair. Boogie Cousins can help a lot of teams. And if you are a championship contender, you should consider Boogie Cousins. And you should pay him whatever you think he's worth. Because if he were healthy, we talking big-time dollars. And the only reason why he might not warrant that right now is because we don't know how healthy he's going to be. That's it. I'm not against Boogie Cousins being a New York Knicks because he's bad for locker room culture. That's a false report. I've never heard that about him. That wouldn't be fair to him. I'm not going to tell you I don't want him to be a New York Knicks because he can't play, because that would be a damn lie. I'm not going to tell you that, you know what, he was garbage throughout the NBA Finals, because that wasn't true. He had some bad games. He had some good games. He could pass. He was good defensively on pick and rolls. He was a post presence. He put some points on the board. He had about 3 good games out of the 6 in the NBA Finals. 1 game, 2 for them as far as I was concerned. He was the MVP of the game. My issue with Boogie Cousins being a New York Knicks is that without KD, without Kyrie, we're talking lottery, what you need him for. That don't do anything, and especially when you were looking forward to mega superstars coming to New York City. I mean, to give us Boogie Cousins is the equivalent of giving us an injured Amari Stoudemire instead of LeBron. We know what it was supposed to be back in 2010. We know what it ended up not being. So I don't want to hear about Boogie Cousins because it brings back the wrong kind of memories. Amari instead of LeBron. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to experience it. If the New York Knicks were a playoff team, that would be different. But they're not going to be. It's not going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Not the way I'm looking, not the what I'm hearing. It's just tough. It's just tough. And I know I tried to ward off and lay off, just thinking about James Dolan as the owner, how detrimental he is to the future of this franchise. I mean, I almost get to a point right now where I think that James Dolan likes being a pariah. He actually gets off of people talking about him and wishing he were gone. Makes him want to stay more. Steve Mills and Scott Berry, I have no questions about their competence. I believe in their competence. I'm questioning one's ability to recruit, with a boss like James Dolan. And I guess they can't be completely absolved either. David Fizdale came to New York. He's got good relationships. LeBron, D-Wade swear by him. If that ends up not landing us one single free agent, how am I supposed to feel about that? I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about that. In all honesty, I really, really don't. So, I mean, for me personally, I just don't know. And I don't know where to go with all of this. I'm just looking at the Knicks right now, and I'm depressed. We spent so much time here. We've talked about the Los Angeles Lakers, Rob Pelinka, Magic Johnson, Jeannie Buss, what are you doing? They're dysfunctional, blah, blah, blah. They make one move, and they're my favorites to win the championship. One move, just like that. Say what we will about the Lakers, who've missed the playoffs all of the last 6 years. But the Los Angeles Lakers, they won a title in the 70s. They won in the 80s. They struggled throughout the 90s, but still acquired Shaquille O'Neal and drafted Kobe Bryant in 1996. So even though they didn't win the title, they were relevant and they were on everybody's radar. And then after that, they three-peated with the titles. In 99, 2000, 2000, 2001, 2001, 2002. Lakers did their thing. And after three-peating, and then they went through a little lapse because Shaq left, Kobe brought him back to prominence without Shaq. 3 straight trips to the finals, 2 titles. Over the last 4 decades, the Lakers have had titles. They've got 16 championships on their resume. What do the Knicks have? 2. When was the last one? 1973. I was 5. 5 years old. I'm now more than a half century old. Over the last 20 years, the New York Knicks, under the stewardship of James Dolan, have been a basketball abomination. Period. One could argue, is that really James Dolan's fault? He did hire Isaiah Thomas. He hired Larry Brown. He hired Phil Jackson. Guess his intentions were right. Cut checks. Private jets everywhere. Takes care of his guys. But nothing seems to go right with this man when it comes to his basketball franchise. Nothing. And then in the throes of free agency, you throw Charles Oakley out of the arena. You ban some little kid because he wants you to sell a team. And you end up in the news and ultimately end up paying a $50,000 fine because you ban a reporter or a newspaper from a Knicks press conference, which is clearly against NBA rules. This level of pettiness and petulance, while it may not be the deciding factor, clearly plays a role. What are we to say? What are we to think? How are we to feel? Say what you want about Jeannie Buss and the Los Angeles Lakers. Even in the era of Jim Buss. Even since their daddy died, them having missed the playoffs 6 times, they've always given you a star. Tinseltown, purple and gold, Laker tradition, Hollywood, Staples Center. They've always given you a star on the basketball court. You know who the Knicks star on the court is? On the court? You know who the Knicks star is? Spike Lee. He's got courtside seats. And he stands a lot of times during the games. So at least you're there to see, at least you could see him watching the players run by him. That's all you got. I haven't been this sad in a long time over basketball. Personal matters, obviously. But over basketball, I haven't been this sad in a long, long time. But I'm sad now. Hoping beyond hope that I can pray my way into a better situation. But realistically, pragmatically, doubting that that will ever happen. I wish folks out there could cheer me up. But I'm smart enough to know you won't. 888-SAY-ESPN. That's 888-729-3776. You're listening live to Stephen A. Smith Show, ESPN Radio, ESPN News. Yes, I said it is true. Kyrie, KD probably in Brooklyn. Kemba Walker probably in Boston. We don't know whether Kawhi Leonard is going to stay in Toronto or go to the Clippers. We don't know whether or not Jimmy Butler is going to end up in Philly or go to Houston. We don't know where Tobias Harris is going to end up as well. And the only thing relevant about the New York Knicks in free agency is that they may give us Boogie Cousins. You can't make this up. You just can't make this up. 888-SAY-ESPN. More the Stephen A. Smith Show on ESPN Radio in a minute. By the way, gentlemen, stop lounging around. Be active. Take your girl out. Go to a game or a concert. Get tickets to something. Baseball season is heating up, and the time is now to jump on those good seats. So for all your ticket needs, look no further than Vivid Seats, the official ticket partner of ESPN. Go to vividseats.com and enter promo code ESPN to get 10% off your first order. Get out, go have an experience, fellas. Get to the game and use Vivid Seats. Don't just buy any seat. Get a Vivid Seat.
With Golden State,